For years, the Atlanta Falcons have been a team on the cusp of greatness, a team with flashes of brilliance that always seemed to falter when it mattered most. We've seen the highs and lows and often wondered, is it the players, the coaching, or something deeper holding them back? At times, it was easy to point fingers at the on-field execution, while at other times it was clear the coaching staff couldn't make the right adjustments. But when you peel back the layers, the root of the problem lay in mismanagement at the top. Ownership's mishandling of contracts, player development, and a lack of a cohesive long-term strategy. But now everything has changed. The 2024-25 season is shaping up to be a turning point for the Falcons. With major adjustments made both on the field and behind the scenes, this team is no longer just another potential contender. They're primed for a legitimate run at the Super Bowl. A revamped coaching staff has brought a new vision, key player acquisitions have addressed glaring weaknesses, and ownership is finally all in on building a winning culture. Let's take a closer look at why the Atlanta Falcons have a legitimate chance to win the Super Bowl this season, or at worst, next season. This is a team that's fixed its flaws, refocused its strategy, and is finally poised to capitalize on its immense potential. Here's how they can make it happen. Let's start from the beginning. After a disappointing 2023-24 season, the Falcons knew they needed a change in leadership. The first major move was the firing of head coach Arthur Smith and the hiring of Raheem Morris as the new head coach for the 2024-25 NFL season. Morris, who has a history with the Falcons and a reputation for defensive expertise, brings a fresh, positive perspective and a winning mindset to the Falcons organization. Morris wasted no time in assembling a coaching staff that could execute his vision. He brought in Zac Robinson as the offensive coordinator, a young and innovative coach known for his ability to develop quarterbacks and create dynamic game plans. On the defensive side, Jimmy Lake was hired to lead the defense. Lake's aggressive, ball-hawking approach is expected to make the Falcons' defense one of the most feared in the league. With this new coaching staff in place, the Falcons have embraced a new identity, one that is built on discipline, focus, positive energy, and a commitment to excellence. This change in leadership is the foundation of the Falcons' Super Bowl aspirations. As Raheem said once in a press conference, if there was no issue in the previous Falcons seasons, then he wouldn't be the new head coach of the Atlanta Falcons organization this year. These changes needed to be done to provide a winning culture. One of the biggest challenges for the Falcons in recent years has been finding stability at the quarterback position. After moving on from Matt Ryan, the team cycled through several options, including their 2022 NFL draft pick, Desmond Ridder, but none could provide the consistency needed to compete at the highest level. Enter Kirk Cousins. In a bold move, the Falcons signed the veteran quarterback to a 4-year, $180 million contract. Cousins brings with him a wealth of experience, a proven track record, and the leadership qualities that this team desperately needed. His ability to read defenses, make quick decisions, and lead by example makes him the perfect fit for the Falcons offense. With Cousins at the helm, the Falcons offense has the potential to be one of the most efficient in the league. His presence not only elevates the play of his teammates, but also provides the stability that the Falcons need to make a deep playoff run. In his career, he has a 66.9% completion rate with a total of 40,335 yards and 274 touchdowns. The downside is the number of interceptions he has received, 114 over his career spanning back to 2012. While the Falcons are focused on winning now, they haven't lost sight of the future. In the 2024 NFL Draft, they made a strategic decision that could secure their success for years to come. The Falcons selected Michael Penix Jr., a talented and dynamic quarterback with the potential to be the team's future star. With Kirk Cousins leading the way for the next few years, Penix Jr. will have the opportunity to develop under his mentorship, learning the ins and outs of the NFL at his own pace. Penix has an incredible 218-pound physique at 6'3". During his college years at both Indiana and Washington, his career completion were 63.3%. with 96 touchdowns and 34 interceptions. The guy took Washington to a title run, but lost in the championship game. This move ensures that when Cousins' time in Atlanta comes to an end, the Falcons will have a young, talented quarterback ready to step in and continue the team's success. It's a long-term investment that could pay off in a big way down the road. He has the arm, the intelligence needed to make Kirk Cousins pocket moves, and the run capability of a former Falcons' favorite quarterback, Michael Vick. He also reminds us of a Jalen Hurts from Philadelphia. In a Zac Robinson-led offense, modeled after Kyle Shanahan's dynamic system, Bijan Robinson and Tyler Allgeier should be deployed as a powerful 1-2 punch in the running game. Instead of relying solely on Bijan to carry the load, the Falcons need to evenly distribute carries between the two backs to keep defenses off balance. Bijan, while a highly talented runner, can thrive even more by improving his vision and decision-making, skills that were somewhat underutilized under former head coach Arthur Smith. With Zac Robinson's scheme, which emphasizes versatility and zone blocking, Bijan will have more opportunities to exploit open lanes and use his explosive playmaking ability. Meanwhile, Allgeier's power and consistency make him a perfect complement, especially in short yardage situations. By sharing the workload between Bijan and Allgeier, the Falcons can keep both backs fresh and effective, maximizing their offensive potential without overburdening one player. This balanced approach will make their rushing attack far more unpredictable and potent. Ray McCloud has been a solid third option for the Falcons at wide receiver, providing reliable depth and versatility. Darnell Mooney has also been serviceable, but the offense has really begun to shine under the new system, with Drake London seeing more targets and thriving as the primary option. However, there's still something missing: a true wide receiver number 2 who can take pressure off London and elevate the offense to the next level. One of the hopes within the Falcons organization is that they can trade for a proven star like Davante Adams from the Las Vegas Raiders. Adding a player of Adams' caliber would instantly transform the receiving corps, giving Kirk Cousins a lethal pairing with London and forcing defenses to spread their focus. If general manager Terry Fontenot can work some magic in acquiring that missing piece, the Falcons will go from having a good offense to having a truly elite one, poised for deep playoff contention. Kicker Younghoe has been nothing short of magical for the Falcons, proving to be one of the most reliable kickers in the league over the past 2 seasons. His performance during the 2023-24 NFL season was exceptional, and he's continued that same consistency into the start of the 2024-25 season. Whether it's nailing clutch field goals or delivering under pressure, Koo has become a key asset to the team's success. His accuracy and work ethic have kept him among the league's elite kickers, and if he maintains this level of performance, Koo will remain one of the Falcons' most dependable players. His consistency in critical moments has been a game-changer for Atlanta, providing a sense of security when the offense stalls or games come down to the wire. There's a lingering sense that the Falcons' offense is still missing a crucial piece, and it's holding them back from reaching their full potential. Kyle Pitts, despite his undeniable talent, has struggled to consistently deliver at the level expected of him, whether due to injuries or a lack of chemistry in the system. His blocking ability also leaves something to be desired, and the Falcons would benefit from a more versatile tight end who can dominate both in the passing game and as a blocker. Additionally, the offensive line still feels incomplete, particularly at the center position and along the interior line. Bringing in a bigger lineman with the size and strength of someone like the Chargers' Joe Alt could vastly improve the protection for Kirk Cousins and give him the time he needs to make plays. A trade to address one or both of these areas could be the missing key that pushes this offense from good to great, providing the consistency and dominance needed to compete at a championship level. But a great offense alone isn't enough to win a Super Bowl. The Falcons knew they needed to strengthen their defense if they were going to compete with the best teams in the league, especially after they lost one of their leaders in Calais Campbell to the Miami Dolphins. That's why they made 2 key acquisitions that have the potential to transform their defense into one of the NFL's elite units. Matthew Judon, one of the top edge rushers in the league, was brought in to anchor the Falcons' pass rush. His ability to pressure quarterbacks and disrupt offensive game plans have been seen during his tenure with the New England Patriots, and it will be crucial for the Falcons, especially in the high-stakes games that define a Super Bowl run. Alongside Judon, the Falcons added Pro Bowl cornerback Justin Simmons to their secondary. Paired with Jesse Bates III, Simmons creates a formidable duo that can lock down the league's best receivers and force turnovers at critical moments. Simmons is known as the Mr. Interceptor of Patrick Mahomes. He has been consistent in intercepting Mahomes and other great quarterbacks in the past. With Judon leading the pass rush and Simmons anchoring the secondary, the Falcons' defense has the potential to be a game changer. This improved defense will give the Falcons the ability to not only compete but to dominate on both sides of the ball. Grady Jarrett has returned as the heart and soul of the Falcons' defense in 2024-25, proving his immense value after missing much of the previous season due to injury. Now healthier, stronger, and more determined than ever, Jarrett is showcasing his dominance on the field. Under defensive coach Jimmy Lake, Jarrett has taken full command of the defensive line, blending his experience and knowledge of the game to anchor the defense. His impact is clear. Through the first 4 games, he's averaged an impressive 1.5 sacks per game and recorded 7 tackles per game, reminding everyone why he's a critical piece of Atlanta's success. Jarrett's leadership and ability to disrupt opposing offenses are exactly what the Falcons missed last year, and his resurgence is a key reason why the defense has taken a big step forward this season. His presence not only boosts the Falcons' front line, but also elevates the play of the entire defensive unit. Surprisingly, over the past 2 seasons, the Falcons' defense has been the unit carrying the team, keeping them in games when many expected the offense, led by Kirk Cousins, to be the stronger side of the ball. While Cousins and the offense have had their moments, it's been the defense that has consistently stepped up, providing stability and making crucial stops. The return of Grady Jarrett has certainly bolstered the defensive line, and the additions of Judon and Justin Simmons have made this unit formidable. However, the loss of Calais Campbell to the Dolphins has left a noticeable gap in both leadership and defensive depth, raising doubts about whether this defense can truly be considered top 5 or even top 10 in the league. The Falcons need one more significant move, whether it's trading for a dominant interior lineman or adding another edge rusher, to solidify this defense and ensure it remains elite. Without that final piece, there's a feeling that while the defense is good, it might not be enough to push the Falcons over the edge into serious Super Bowl contention. Behind the scenes, the Falcons' resurgence has been driven by the unwavering commitment of owner Arthur Blank. At 81 years old, Blank is more determined than ever to bring a Super Bowl championship to Atlanta. His vision and willingness to invest in the team's success have been instrumental in the Falcons' transformation. Blank's investment in top-tier talent, state-of-the-art facilities, and a culture of excellence has created an environment where winning is not just a goal, it's an expectation. His direct involvement with the team's leadership ensures that every decision is made with one thing in mind: bringing the Lombardi Trophy to Atlanta. As the 2024 season unfolds, the Falcons are entering uncharted territory. With a new coaching staff, a veteran quarterback, and a revitalized defense, they have all the pieces in place to make a deep playoff run. But the road to the Super Bowl is never easy. The competition is fierce, and every game will be a test of the Falcons' resolve and determination. The Falcons will face challenges, but they are prepared. Kirk Cousins will need to lead the offense with precision, Judon and Justin Simmons will need to anchor the defense, and Raheem Morris will need to outcoach the best in the league. But if they can execute their game plan and stay focused, there's no reason why the Falcons can't make it to the Super Bowl. If by a miracle the Falcons don't make it to the Super Bowl this year, the 2025-26 season for the Atlanta Falcons will bring a lot of questions if they fail to reach the Super Bowl in the 24-25 season. So what went wrong? For starters, the offense has been inconsistent, and that's where the biggest issues lie. Kirk Cousins has not looked comfortable under offensive coordinator Zac Robinson, which means it might be time for a change in coaching. Someone closer to the Kyle Shanahan system that can maximize Cousins' potential. The offensive line has struggled to protect him at crucial moments, most of the reasoning being due to injuries, while others is that they just started working together and can't get a feel for each other. Kyle Pitts' lingering injuries make him look far removed from his college dominance. The Falcons must consider trading Pitts while they can still get top value, potentially securing players that can either beef up the offensive line or bring some defensive firepower. They need stability on both ends to take that next step. In terms of roster moves, the Falcons need to prioritize re-signing Matthew Judon and Justin Simmons. Judon's impact as a top 5 edge rusher is undeniable, and Simmons complements Jessie Bates III in the secondary perfectly. Locking both of these defensive stalwarts into long-term deals will be key to keeping the defense competitive. The team also needs to look for a big tight end, similar to what we see in the Rams or 49ers systems, or someone like they had in New England during their Super Bowl runs. A powerful player who can dominate in the red zone and act as a safety valve for Kirk Cousins, or whoever ends up as the quarterback. Drake London is emerging as a legitimate #1 receiver, but he needs more help on the outside. The Falcons must find better wide receivers to complement him and give the offense more versatility in the passing game. Finally, the Falcons need a defensive anchor in the mold of Calais Campbell, whose leadership and size were pivotal in the locker room. If Campbell doesn't return, finding someone with his height and strength will be essential to maintaining defensive dominance. All in all, this team is on the cusp of greatness. They just need consistency in coaching and a few strategic player upgrades to make the leap from good to elite. The 2024-25 Atlanta Falcons have a unique opportunity, an opportunity to turn years of frustration into triumph. With the moves they've made, the talent they've acquired, and the leadership they've embraced, this team is built to win. The Super Bowl is within their reach, and if they continue to play at their best, the Falcons could finally bring home the championship that their fans have been waiting for. As we end this, we ask for a like of this video and clicking of the bell notification so you don't miss a thing. Also, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Thank you for watching. We shall see you in the next sports documentary.